My name is Frankie Pantano, and this is Making Solar Energy Economical. So to start off the introduction, solar energy is more powerful than any man-made energy source, but this type of energy only makes up around 1% of the world's total energy output. Solar energy has the potential to provide the world with 10,000 times more commercial power than humans already use, which is incredible to think about. Methods of harnessing solar energy are expensive, but not as buyer-friendly as other reliable sources of power, such as hydroelectric power or nuclear power. The goal of this presentation is to provide ways to make harnessing solar energy more economical and popular in the everyday household. Also, the goal of this presentation is to provide you with a little bit of information about the history of solar panels and just harnessing solar energy in general. So, brief history of solar energy is energy from the sun was first harnessed by humans as far back as the 7th century BC, when humans used glass to magnify sunlight to light fires. Fast forward a few centuries, ancient Greeks and Romans used mirrors to reflect sunlight in order to light torches for religious ceremonies, and then used the same methods for warfare to light opposers' ships on fire, etc. This method was taken up by the Chinese later on. During the 16th and 17th centuries, sunlight was successfully used to power ovens and solar-powered steamboats, which is a very impressive feat for the time, if you think about it. The first solar cells, or early solar panels, were built in 1883 from selenium wafers, which produce energy when exposed to sunlight. Common solar cells were created in 1953 and successfully powered electric devices for hours on end, marking the true birth of today's solar panels. And the birth of these have some controversy because, some of the benefits of solar energy. Solar energy is very beneficial in today's busy world. For starters, converting to solar energy reduces greenhouse gases produced from gasoline-powered cars, power plants, refineries, chemical plants, etc., which are all alternative ways of producing commercial power for us humans. The pollution produced from various methods of energy production results in damage to vegetation, and it results in hazardous ground-level ozone, which is responsible for the deaths of more than 6.4 million people around the world throughout the years. Solar-powered homes are not affected by power outages and may increase the selling price by $20,000 or more. Solar homes have lower utility bills, and installation of solar panels opens many jobs across the world. For example, in the United States, the solar workforce increased by more than 167% in the past decade, opening 242,000 jobs and counting across the nation. Some of the uses for solar energy. Arguably, solar energy may have infinite uses and could be used for practically anything we would like. However, scientific discovery has only gone so far, and humans are still hindered in some arenas of scientific discovery. Here's a list of some of the most practical uses for solar energy, and that list includes solar-powered homes, solar water heating systems for houses, cooking with solar energy, which is interesting to me because it can either be done with solar panels and harnessing energy that way, or simply just using mirrors. to refract light and heat up whatever you're cooking. And another very interesting one is solar boating, which basically just uses solar panels to power a motor instead of gasoline. So here are some of the downsides to solar energy. Although solar energy harnessing seems ingenious, the concept comes with a number of downsides. Solar panel installation is very costly, on average costing more than $25,000 per home, and that includes the installation fee, the solar panels, the batteries for holding energy, the modules that control the solar panels, etc. Some common silicone coated solar panels include lead, which is harmful to humans, and furthermore, extraction of lead produces a great deal of pollution, which is obviously what we're trying to beat. Harnessing solar energy is dependent on the weather. Energy can still be collected in cloudy conditions, but is severely hindered by the overcast, which is not very beneficial if you live in an area of the world which sees cloudy conditions more than often in other parts of the world. So, storage of solar energy is not cheap either. When energy is collected, it is stored in large batteries, which are not wallet friendly. And if you're not living under a rock, you do know that batteries themselves are not very cheap. Solar energy collection takes up a lot of space, and this can result in inadequate energy collected if the collection space is not large enough, which is not very good. And although these problems are present, the use of solar energy increases roughly 20% per year in certain parts of the world. For example, Japan increases about 21%. So some of the probable solutions are perovskite coated solar panels, which may cost thousands of times less than the common silicone coated solar panels, and perovskite is more efficient than silicone and promises further improvements in the future. This crystalline compound tarnishes quickly, so more extensive research will need to be done before the material can replace silicone on the large scale, but it is in the prototype stage. Solar panels, silicone, may be coated with a very thin layer of perovskite to enhance the current efficiency of solar panels, and while this may be expensive, it would magnify the efficiency of solar panels greatly. To maximize efficiency of solar panels, producing tandem solar cells, which is basically the process explained in the previous bullet point, and it cuts down on the number of solar panels and modules needed, which would further cut down on installation cost, and you won't have to buy as many, etc. So, cycle solar energy on large scale across a large area instead of storing in personal use. This would result in a cleaner environment and will cut back on the need for alternative power sources. So, in conclusion, solar energy has the potential to the world's leading energy source with a few advancements to collection methods, including more efficient materials and cost-friendly materials. So, solar energy has been harnessed by humans for centuries and will continue to be collected for years to come as long as we keep advancing in our extensive research. Solar panels are ingenious, but they are expensive, and I'd like to highlight the fact that on average, it is a $25,000 installation, which is crazy to think when most cars cost that much. So materials such as perovskite have the potential to make solar panels cost-friendly and up to 50% more efficient, which is incredible. Solutions such as coating silicone panels with a thin layer of perovskite could be a possible short-term solution to the problem of efficiency. And for my final slide, I just wanted to include this picture of the sunset. I like it. It's kind of relevant to this presentation, so I hope you enjoyed it. This was taken in Ocean City. Yeah. Thank you.